internet is buzzing after new footage surfaced featuring Michael Jordan and Savannah James, LeBron James's wife, in a moment that has everyone talking. Almost instantly, speculation ran wild. What does this mean for LeBron? Could this add fuel to the long-standing rivalry between him and MJ? For years, the LeBron-Jordan GOAT debate has divided fans, but this unexpected twist brings a whole new angle to the conversation. Is this just another viral moment blown out of proportion, or is there more to the story? One thing's for sure, the internet isn't letting this one go anytime soon, so buckle up. This story is just getting started.
The internet is erupting after new footage surfaced of Michael Jordan and Savannah James, LeBron James's wife, in a moment that instantly sent social media spiraling into chaos, sparking a wildfire of speculation that grew by the minute as fans questioned what it meant for LeBron and whether it would ignite the already ruthless rivalry between him and MJ, a debate that has split the basketball world for years. And now this unexpected twist adds an entirely new layer as people wonder if it's just another viral overreaction or if something deeper is unfolding behind the scenes, a mystery the internet refuses to let die as this story is clearly just beginning. Legends at odds. The shockwaves grew stronger when LeBron James himself admitted that he and Michael Jordan, two titans of the sport, don't actually talk. A revelation that sent tremors through the sports community considering LeBron has repeatedly called Jordan his childhood idol. Yet on the Pat McAfee show, he revealed there's no bad blood, just distance, saying simply, "We don't talk," because LeBron is still grinding, still chasing greatness, still laser-focused on his craft. And until that journey ends, the divide remains, fueling endless comparisons about championships, MVPs, scoring titles, clutch moments, and every microscopic detail that has kept the GOAT debate alive for decades. Though their distant relationship adds a dramatic new wrinkle, James explained that things might change post-retirement the same way they did with Kobe Bryant, recalling how they had no real bond until their time together on Team USA in 2008 and 2012 transformed competition into connection, a dynamic that grew even stronger after Kobe retired and welcomed LeBron to Los Angeles with open arms in 2018, calling him personally and saying, "Anything you need in LA, I got you." A gesture that strengthened their relationship as Bryant publicly celebrated LeBron's milestones and pushed him to keep rewriting the record books. Could the same thing one day happen with Jordan? Absolutely, just not while LeBron is still active, because as he put it, MJ is one of the most ruthless competitors ever, and as long as LeBron is still running the court wearing 23, their names remain intertwined in every conversation, making Jordan reluctant to engage, creating a tension that fuels the never-ending GOAT debate that continues to dominate barbershop battles, sports talk blow-ups, and social media wars, where Jordan fans insist his killer instinct is unmatched. Magic Johnson even chimed in saying, 6 finals, 6 wins, never lost, while LeBron supporters fire back, arguing longevity, versatility, and record-breaking consistency prove he's the true GOAT, claiming he's an even better volume scorer and carries heavier expectations than MJ ever did, and as both sides clash across the internet. The narrative that LeBron and Jordan secretly harbor resentment only amplifies the rivalry, keeping the fire burning as the world watches every new moment, especially one involving Savannah James, with heightened curiosity and relentless speculation. Despite fans constantly bickering online, the two legends have shown nothing but mutual admiration, most notably during their emotional embrace at halftime of the 2022 NBA All-Star Game in Cleveland when the league honored its 75th anniversary team. That moment, which sent shockwaves through the basketball world, hinted at a deeper relationship than most people realized. Two-time NBA champion Quinn Cook, who spent years inside LeBron James's inner circle, later revealed that the bond between his heiress and the king extends far beyond the public rivalry narrative, explaining that the two greats actually share a strong private connection. This insight surfaced after the All-Star Game celebration, where LeBron, fresh off hitting the game-winning fadeaway to maintain his perfect record as an All-Star captain, reflected on the moment during his post-game press conference. "I didn't want to miss the chance to shake the hand of the man who inspired me throughout my childhood," James said, adding that although they hadn't spoken much across his 19 to 20-year career, a huge part of his journey wouldn't exist without Jordan's influence. During an appearance on the Courtside with Duke's podcast, Cook went even further, saying he personally witnessed their interactions, from private phone calls to exclusive dinners, revealing that Jordan has even stepped into a mentor role for LeBron, a side of their relationship most fans never see behind the theatrics of the GOAT debate. "I've seen Bron call Jordan. I've been to dinner and to the club with Bron and Jordan. They have a great relationship, and even though LeBron can stand on his own, he's humble enough to reach out to the Magics, the Jordans, and all the guys he grew up watching," Cook said, emphasizing Jordan's position as a mentor. However, on First Take, Stephen A. Smith, Brian Windhorst, and Kendrick Perkins offered a very different perspective when asked about the possibility of a future bond between the two legends. Windhorst, who has covered LeBron for 25 years, stated bluntly, "They're not really friends and haven't been for a long time, and they never will be," insisting the relationship simply isn't built to grow. Perkins, meanwhile, shared his own experience with Jordan, admitting MJ's petty side cost him a lifetime supply of Jordans. "I used to get boxes of J's before they hit stores. When I said LeBron was the GOAT, those boxes stopped," he said. The debate over LeBron's connection to Jordan continues to rage, but one thing is clear. Crossing MJ, or even praising LeBron too loudly, can have consequences, as Perkins learned firsthand. But controversy is nothing new for LeBron, who has spent his career at the center of intense rivalries, fiery clashes, and headline-grabbing disputes that shaped his legacy and left a permanent mark on NBA history. Enter the feud files. LeBron James is no stranger to confrontation, whether it's with media personalities, former players, or current rivals. His dominance on the court has always been matched by his willingness to speak his mind off it, and the latest example involves ESPN's Stephen A. Smith, marking just another chapter in LeBron's long list of high-profile disagreements. LeBron's protective instincts were on full display during a recent Lakers-Knicks game when he confronted Smith courtside over Smith's relentless commentary on Bronny James. While LeBron accepts criticism of his own game, his children are off-limits, and this moment made that line unmistakably clear. The clash wasn't just a brief exchange. It triggered a full-blown feud between two of the most influential voices in sports media. Smith, known for his unfiltered takes, insists Bronny deserves the same scrutiny as any top prospect, while LeBron believes his son is being unfairly targeted and subjected to unnecessary pressure. Cameras captured the heated confrontation, with James demanding Smith back off Bronny, and though it lasted only seconds, the impact exploded across social media. Smith later defended himself on ESPN, saying his job is to evaluate talent objectively, but LeBron responded on the Pat McAfee show with fire, saying Smith completely missed the point. LeBron explained that he never had a problem with on-court criticism, but refused to tolerate personal attacks on his family or young players still finding their path. Smith then escalated the tension, warning LeBron that once he retires, no one will be talking about him the same way. With both men standing firm, this feud shows no sign of cooling, and the sports world is waiting to see whether it erupts into something bigger or eventually fades out. Still, LeBron's clash with Smith is only the latest in a long timeline of conflicts. History shows the king never backs down. Before this showdown, another outspoken legend, Charles Barkley, took shots at LeBron and got hit right back. The LeBron-Barkley feud, one of the NBA's most explosive, ignited during the 2016-17 season, when the Cavaliers were defending champions but struggling. After a difficult loss, LeBron publicly expressed frustration, insisting the team needed more help to compete with the Warriors, who had just added Kevin Durant. Barkley mocked LeBron's comments as whiny, arguing that great players elevate those around them instead of asking for reinforcements. LeBron, fed up, fired back with a scorching takedown of Barkley's past, gambling issues, spitting on a young fan, bar fights, unpaid debts, telling the world Barkley had no moral authority to criticize him. "I'm not going to let him disrespect my legacy," LeBron said. The exchange was blistering, but over time, things cooled. Barkley later insisted it was never personal, while LeBron continued rewriting history and cementing his greatness. Yet his war with Draymond Green would take things even further. In one of the most unpredictable turns in modern basketball drama. Few rivalries have ever burned hotter or carried consequences as massive, as the feud between LeBron James and Draymond Green, a conflict that reached volcanic levels during the 2016 NBA Finals, a series forever etched in history for its chaos, heartbreak, and unimaginable comeback. In Game 4, Green, never one to back down, crossed the line during a heated exchange with LeBron, triggering a flagrant foul and, more importantly, a suspension for Game 5, a punishment that became the pivotal moment of the entire series as LeBron and the Cavaliers seized the opening and clawed back from a seemingly impossible 3-1 deficit to complete one of the most jaw-dropping turnarounds sports has ever seen. A moment Green himself later admitted cost his team dearly, while Warriors fans still torture themselves wondering what the outcome might have been if their emotional leader had been on the floor. Though the feud has cooled and Green has even acknowledged LeBron's greatness, their battles remain legendary. And for LeBron, it was yet another example of turning rivalry into fuel for a historic triumph. Because just as LeBron's clashes reveal his competitive fire, even Michael Jordan's seemingly untouchable legacy shows cracks that tell a far more complicated story. Despite 6 championships, 5 MVPs, and cultural dominance, Jordan's mythic aura has long lived alongside rumors, controversies, and behaviors that challenge the flawless image many still cling to, starting with the infamous moment in 1993 when he was spotted gambling in Atlantic City the night before a crucial playoff game against the New York Knicks, a revelation that shocked fans and media alike and intensified concerns about his well-known gambling habits, which only grew louder after businessman Richard Esquinas published a book alleging Jordan had lost millions in golf wagers. Accusations Jordan admitted were rooted in truth, even if he insisted things were never out of control. Then, at the peak of his career, Jordan retired in 1993, citing emotional exhaustion and the tragic murder of his father James Jordan, saying he had realized how easily life could be taken away. But conspiracy theories erupted almost immediately, suggesting the NBA had secretly suspended him over gambling. Allegations Commissioner David Stern denied repeatedly, though the timing left room for lingering speculation. Even after Jordan's electrifying 1995 return, the whispers never fully disappeared, especially as stories spread of his relentless drive spilling into card games, golf bets, and even coin toss competitions with Bulls security guards as seen in The Last Dance, including the time he lost a toss to security guard John Michael Wozniak, or when he won $177,000 from a teammate who needed his father's help to pay the debt. Golf proved to be Jordan's most expensive obsession, highlighted by Esquinas's claim that Jordan owed him over $1.2 million in losses before the two settled for $300,000, all while the world reeled as Jordan abruptly retired to play baseball, sparking even more rumors of a secret gambling-related suspension, theories that Stern mocked and journalists dismissed as impossible to hide. Though the intrigue never faded entirely, after his brief baseball stint, Jordan returned in 1995 and promptly dominated again, winning championships in 1996, 1997, and 1998, cementing himself as the greatest player ever while reducing his gambling controversies to background noise, brushing off losses as the natural byproduct of his insatiable competitive spirit, though he later admitted in a 2005 60 Minutes interview that he had made reckless decisions. But Jordan's obsession with winning extended far beyond gambling and seeped into his relationships with teammates, where his ruthless leadership produced infamous moments like the day he punched Steve Kerr in practice, an altercation Kerr later said strengthened their bond, but outsiders saw as a disturbing example of Jordan's intensity, and reports that Jordan once denied Horace Grant food on the team plane if he felt Grant had played poorly, a controlling streak that painted Jordan not just as an inspiring leader, but as an uncompromising enforcer. Even his 2009 Hall of Fame speech, which he used to revisit old slights and call out doubters from decades earlier, showed how deeply his competitive fire ran, impressing some and unsettling others who saw it as proof that Jordan never let go of a grudge. Yet, despite the criticism, his legacy remains untouchable, his killer instinct unmatched, his global influence irreversible, and perhaps it's his flaws, his darkness, his mistakes, his human complexity, that make him even more captivating. a reality reinforced by the recent viral frenzy over new footage involving Jordan and Savannah James, reminding us that even now, every glimpse into MJ's world sparks an explosion of fascination because whether it's the past or the present, the world simply cannot look away from Michael Jordan's story. And as this saga continues to unfold, so does our obsession. Thank you for staying with us through this wild tale, and for the next chapter in this unfolding drama, click the card on your screen. Until next time.